All right, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome aboard. We are in Italy right now, Napoli, Italy. We're going to take a quick flight up to Nice. Going to be a fun little tour. And yeah, we're taking the Learjet. I love flying this airplane. It is so much fun. So without any further preamble, let's get in and get this aircraft fired up and get on our way. We can go ahead and bring up the iPad, run through our checklist. Everything else seems to be okay. All our button switches are set for being parked for a little while. So we will go to our fuel, make sure we have enough fuel for today's flight. They want 4,608 pounds, so we are currently at 3,087. If we bring up our tip tanks, what do we want? 4,608. $47.63. That'll be fine for me today. Doing quite the little tour of Italy, staying along the western coast of Italy and dropping down into Nice. Monaco is where we're heading to today. So on to our checklist. Pre-flight checklist: engines covers have been removed, ground power is not connected, no baggage has been loaded, cabin air dampers all set, emergency exit secure and clear, passengers have been briefed, control lock stowed, belts, harnesses, seat belts are all set, parking brake is set, and flight controls are free and correct. I already checked those for you. So we're going to go back out to settings. We're going to go ahead and close the cabin door. That one is locked, and we'll go ahead and pull our chocks. Pre-start oxygen's all set right there. Circuit breakers are all in. Landing gear is down. Emergency batteries, we are going to check and on. We are set there. Secondary indication, the backup attitude indicator has been uncaged. There we go. Panel switches, avionics, fuel computer is on, pitch trim is on primary, we are set up there. Anti-skid is on, jet pumps are on, static source, we can bring that down to both. Emergency pressurization is all set, bleed air is on, pilot's altimeter is now being set. Looks like we are currently at 30.15 local. Batteries coming on. Battery 1. Battery 2, battery 1 coming off. So you can see that right there. Battery 2 coming on. There we go. GPU is not connected. Inverters can come on. And there we go. Everybody is set. Emergency lights are set over here. Hydraulic pressure pump is on, pump is off, and we get the drop. Alright, there we go. Parking brake set, emergency brake handle, don't have to worry about that. Hydraulic pump is now off. Annunciator lights, we'll go ahead and make sure everything's pretty. All our annunciator lights appear to work. Warning system, ice detect, gear warning, fire detect, those are all set. Did those a minute ago. And we will go ahead and start both engines. And we will give that one, we'll start one. And looks like we have rollback. Quite the long flight plan to load in today. We'll take a look at that here in just a minute. I like typing these in, it's kind of therapeutic. But looks like we have a good start. Engine number 1. Just this. Standby gyro. We'll get that lined up to the horizon. Nice. Perfect. Let's go ahead and switch this over to Gen. Start engine number 2. Same deal, waiting for 10 here or any rotation here. 10 or better here. There we go. Start fuel. We are running fairly light. I do need to go in and put those passengers on board, don't I? Alright, back to the iPad. We will go over here. And we will put Cindy with the tablet. And Alicia. There we go. We got 2 passengers on board. Back to our checklist. Pressurization set. Auto manual is good. And we're going to fly at flight level 300 today. See right there, set our aircraft altitude 30,000 feet. Trim system, secondary pitch and cutout. Alright, let's see. Good. While we're here, we can go ahead and set our trim. Running fairly light, so. Alright, turn on our yaw dampers. We can test those. Yaw dampers appear to be good. Autopilot monitor, we can go ahead and turn on our radio altimeter autopilot. We can go ahead and get our pitot heats on as well. No need for engine nacelle heat or windshield heat today. Very nice day out here. And there, marker beacon high. Don't need any of those. Dang, forgot to turn these on. I need to build my own checklist. So, fuel panel set. Cockpit voice recorder, drag chute, takeoff data. We don't have those charts, so we are good. We've already started, so let's go ahead and cabin door secure, fuel computers on, air conditioners off, aux heat off, batteries on, inverters on, parking brake set, hydraulic pump off, beacon light on, thrust levers in cutoff. We're already started, so cruise on down through here, make sure we didn't miss anything. Up to Gen. There we go. Battery charging, we're good. Started disengagement, voltmeters, ammeters are good. Before taxiing, now we get to go into our Garmin. So let's go ahead and turn on our avionics. Go over to our summary and we will build our flight plan. So yes, we are going from LIRN. Our destination is LFMN. Lima Foxtrot. Mike November. That'll be Nice. Enter. And we will add a departure. Load a procedure. We are departing on the Alex 7 Golf. And transition will be Alex, so don't even need to worry about that. And we are departing on runway 6. Load that departure. Oh, that looks okay there. Alright, add a waypoint. Oh, actually cancel. We are going to add Alexi, and then we will add an airway. Load airway. Lima 995, 995. And we will get off that one at low med. Low med. load that airway in there. Down to the bottom there. Sorry about the jitters there. Low med. From low med we will catch load the airway Mike 730. And we will exit that one at Ruxel. Load that. At Ruxel, we'll pick up Q920 and exit that one at Calic. Then we will catch airway Mike 859er. We'll take that one all the way to Lagan. Ah, that's a full route there. Load that one up. And from Lagan, we'll catch airway Q712. And that one will take us to Inoba. And then airway Zulu 185. That one will take us to Bordy. Load that one. And then we can LFM. We will load procedure. We will arrive on the board 7 Romeo. And transition. No transition. Nice. Load the arrival. And then we can go all the way to LFMN. And we will load a procedure and the approach. We are planning on the, what did I set up over here? RNAV Zulu runway 4 right, wrap 1 in. RNAV Zulu 4 right. Correct. RNAV Zulu 4 right. And our transition will be wrap 1M. And we are wrap 1N. And we can load that approach. We should be set. We will delete this manual sequence, remove. And we should be set. What do you guys think? You ready to go? Let's get this aircraft in the air and go flying. Alright, both engines are running. Taxi before takeoff. Before takeoff, avionics set, radar. Let's see if that is back working. No, apparently it is not. Circuit breaker set, coffee oven set, fuel control governor, windshield heat no needed. Lights on. We will bring these up to taxi. And we will put our strobe light on. We don't need our recognition light just yet. Again, if you are watching me on YouTube, hit me up in the comments. Hopefully I have a little system working here and we can chat. So fast as seatbelts on, we can release the parking brake And we are ready to go. I will make a quick left turn here as soon as I remember to engage that. And if you see right here, our stall warnings are off. They are off, so there you go. So we're going to power up a little bit. We are on the roll. We are going to runway 6. Let me get the airport map up here for you. And let's see if buckets came out there, and we are holding short runway 06. So let's bring our iPad back up, and we will continue with our taxiing before takeoff. We'll go ahead and stop short here, set that parking brake, brake steering set, fuel panel is set, flight controls free and correct, flight instruments are good. We can hit the toga button so we get our flight director there. Takeoff data as best as we can assume. Engine instruments good, volts are good, nav equipment is set, radar as required. Spoilers are retracted. Let me double check those. Spoilers retracted. Flaps set for departure. We'll do 8. Trim set for takeoff. Pressurization set. We are, yeah, we're doing pretty good there. Cabin air anti-ice is set. Electrically heated windshield set. Crew takeoff briefing is complete. Runway lineup. There we go. We'll line up on the runway. Since we are on the runway, we can go ahead and turn our lights all the way on. Recognition lights on. And, oh, that is one we do need to do. We need to set our altimeter. That needs to be put in here. So we're going up to flight level 300. Look at the map here and get our runway heading. Runway 6 heading is, I'll zoom that in for you, 054. And we can go ahead and set up for nav, long range nav. And stall heat, or stall warning coming on. Altitude select. Alright. So we are set to go. Yeah, not going to worry about any of that. So we will set power. brakes released. Airspeed's alive. And we are V1 rotate. Positive rate of climb. Gear coming up. And we can go ahead and engage autopilot. And we will want speed mode here in just a minute. We want 210. I forgot to set 210. So 210 right there. And we'll pull the power back so we don't climb like a rocket. And nav mode is set. We are good. And we altitude select flight level 300. We'll level out here. Gear flaps coming up. I was a little aggressive pulling that power back. This thing just loves to climb. And I think our climb, we want to be at 850 degree turbine temp. Climb is about 2,000 feet. Let's go ahead and go to vertical speed. Starting our first turn. Yeah, and trim noise is gonna make me a little crazy, so we'll go ahead and disable that. Perfect. Looks like we are climbing nicely, about 2,000 feet, 210 knots. And we can bring up our departure here, follow along. So, we should be heading off to the left a little better. We are now inbound to Morsi. Take a look at our flight plan. Really? Where in the heck are you going? Well, that is not the departure we were supposed to be on, so let's see where we go. Let's see where this fella takes us. Alright. Out. Oh, it's taking us back around. We are going to go direct to Morsi. Sorry, folks. Activate leg. There we go. Still climbing 2,000 feet per minute, and 220 knots is what we're looking for now. And we can bring that over. Starts out slow, but then it picks up some speed and zips around for us. And if you see right there, that's about 220. And our engine temps are right around 737. That would have been fun. Fuel flow needles seem to be okay. Pretty synced up there. And I'm actually going to activate the meso. There we go, a little better. Now we don't have to bounce back and forth. And then after that, it'll be off to Alaxi. Climbing through 10,000 feet, we can go ahead and turn off our lights. Forgot to do the air starters. Great. Gonna be one of those flights, but hey, thanks for joining me. If you like this type of thing, hit that like and subscribe. I like flying this Learjet. It's a lot of fun. If you have any comments, hit me up in chat. Yeah, pull the power back just a little bit. Try and maintain that 210 knots, or 220 now. Need to be over 13,000 at meso. And we will probably make that since we are 24 nautical miles away, already climbing over 11,000 feet. Thrust reversers weren't armed. See, I had to come up with a better checklist. My apologies, folks. Should be on or about heading a 324. See, we're making that correction over Morsi, inbound meso. Still climbing 2,000 feet per minute. Speed's dropped off just a little bit. We're definitely going to make our 13,000 foot minimum over meso. We're just going to continue climbing up to flight level 300. And I do have to work out the trim. Let's see, I got 1, 2. I need to, that's what I need to make the nose wheel steering is on the joystick, just like nose wheel steering on the Hornet. So, did the bindings for the steer lock. Go. Gonna set up, we're gonna go ahead and set up our indicated airspeed climb. Try and set 850 as the turbine temperature. That's about good right there, and we can go ahead and do indicated airspeed climb. Over 18,000 feet, we can go ahead and set 2992. And flying over beautiful Italy. Go ahead and close that for you. Let's go out here, follow along, see if we can't pick out any cool landmarks while we're flying. When we're about 1,000 feet away from our cruising altitude, I'll start backing the power off a little bit until we're at about a 500 foot or less vertical speed. Once we level out, we will try and get up to 0.75 Mach. And then we'll just probably do some music as we cruise on into Nice. - 3,000 feet away from the top of our climb. Thousand feet, we'll start pulling the power back. Not that far. I have detents on this. I have the Wind Wing Super Taurus, and it has detents, and so it kind of has to bounce back and through right there, right about where we want to be set at, and then that's what causes sort of some extreme throttle movements. I'll have to configure my throttle a little differently for flying the Learjet as far as the axis, what its max throw is, so I don't go into afterburner for the whole thing, because it is an F-18 aircraft. So, alright, now we are looking for about 0.75 Mach. We have leveled out. Autopilot has captured flight level 300. We're just watching our speed build right over here on the left side, coming up on about 0.75 Mach. Adjust back a little bit. Man, I think we're pretty good with our throttles. One right there, about 0.77 Mach. Temperatures are off by, what is that, 30 degrees left to right. Fan and turbine are synced up pretty nicely, as well as our fuel flow left and right engine. Looks like our pressures are good there, hydraulics are good, outside air temperature, ooh, it's cold here in Colorado today, so right now it's reading, what is that, minus 20 up here. Alright, we are enjoying our flight into Nice. off to Monaco. We have our throttle set. Let's see how our trim clacker's doing. Alright, well, we'll turn those off. And we'll go ahead and close you. I will go out of the goggles and see how you guys, see if I can find you guys some good lo-fi girl music to listen to for a couple minutes. And of course, getting ready to stand up, I hit the throttle, so got to bring that back. There is no such thing as auto throttle in this Learjet, which is a good thing. We're at 7:15, 7:13. Alright, 7:13 should hold us, so we'll continue our cruise over Italy. Enjoy the music from Lo-Fi Girl Synth, and we'll talk to you in a minute.
Xerxes. Praise the Mujahideen, raising hands, medium light skin tone.
back. Cruising along, flight level 300. Holding our Mach number. We're doing pretty good here. So now we will go in and look at our just a sec, folks. Sorry about that, folks. Alright, back at it. Now we get to go in and play with our vertical nav. So we'll go in and we will look at our arrival and our approach. So we will be doing the RNAV Zulu, runway 4 right. So RMP Zulu, and there you go, missed approach, 3 degrees, 4 degrees, 5 degrees. Alright, so there we have our special notes. Runway 4 right, 420, 320, or 290. I think we could do 290. So we can set our minimums, our radar altimeter, to 290. Sorry, here we can zoom in there for you. Times 100 feet, so 100, 200, 300. Yeah, we're right about 290. And now back to the approach. Our intercept will be 4,000 feet at FN04R, or RAPA. So what we do is we go in here, go to our utilities. I'll zoom in for you. Vertical calculation, and we want 4,000 feet. 2,000 feet per minute. And our target waypoint is Rapid. There we go. We begin our descent here in about 40 minutes, just under 40 minutes. So we're chugging right along, doing A-OK right now. So let me move that back out of the way. Or actually, I can just move that to like right there. There we go. Again, we are flying along in the beautiful blue livery. Flight level 300. And as this is early access, not too worried about the sounds. Will be nice when they come up with their final release and have some nice sounds. And if you see there, we do have the window shades open. Have a couple folks in there, just two flying along today with us, going into Monaco. See Alice's head right there. and back into the flight deck. Whoop, sorry, Alice. I am joined in real life by Alice. There we go. And again, if you like this kind of content, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe. Notification bell really helps me out. Pass it on to your friends. Let them know that we're flying in VR. We're flying all kinds of airplanes in Microsoft Flight Sim. Primarily the H-160, this Learjet, and the PMDG 737-800 aircraft. Thursday night flights, those are generally those happen every Thursday night about 0200 Zulu. And if you want to join us for those, we'd be more than happy to have you. So now we got our approach set up for the most part. Let's see, there are no other restrictions there. Let's see, so they want us above 4,000 at Neras. Osmic, below 17. Above 110 at Mikru. I think we should be alright. I think we are coming in on boardy. So let's close this out and let's look at our flight, where we're at. We have cruised along pretty good here. Haven't been in here and played with any of this for a little while, so back to here. And oh, no services. See if we can pick up our top of descent. I think that might be it right there. No. What in the holy heavens is going on here? So that is not what our approach does. So our approach brings us into there. Let's see, what does our flight plan say we are doing? at near us? Above 4,000. Let's see if we can put that in. Osmic below 170. Oh, coming in for Micru above 110. At or above 110. All right, cruising right along. This airplane's so fast. See where we are on our map. See how the satellite looks. A little bit cleaner. So we can go to our map. On the map you can see we got 262, ground speed 426 miles an hour, tracking 298. Just making our little turn. We'll get our heading set up. Making our turn, gonna cut a little corner of the med here. Everybody been keeping up on Monarch, the Godzilla TV show with Kurt and Wyatt Russell. Pretty good show. We're enjoying it. Oh, that's one thing we didn't look at is speed restrictions. No speed restrictions coming in, so 240 all the way down around Duncan, how are you today? Flight's doing okay. Gotta love flying this Learjet. It's a lot of fun. She is temperamental, but how you doing? You holding up all right? Did your family get home okay after their luggage got lost? Just doing a quick flight up to Monaco, Duncan, so. Alright, let's go check out some checklists. We are cruise. Pressurization's doing okay. Fuel management's alright. We're man, that's tough losing the luggage. Do they have any idea where it is? Did it go on to somewhere fun like Tahiti? Maybe you can go pick it up there, huh? You can fly anything. If you can fly this 738, you're good. We'll have to get you out and fly you around in the Caravan or the TBM. They're a lot of fun. And coming up on our descent checklist. So let's see. Let's go back to our vertical calculation utility here. You'll see there we are about 22 minutes away from the top of our descent down into Nice, the Monaco area. Maybe that's what airlines need to do. If they lose your bags, you have to go pick them up and they pay for it. So wherever they go, that's where you have to go. I guess that could work against you if you end up in like Buffalo or Colorado right now. Duncan, I was at work last night and we were minus 20 centigrade. That's what you guys use, Celsius? Minus 20 Celsius. Good and toasty. Recognition light, that can be off. Once we start our descent, once we get down to 18,000 feet, we'll check our altimeters. Recognition light, pressurization's good. I guess these guys can take off their seatbelts now. Hop out and take a look at our old aircraft before we start our descent. There you go, nice pretty blue. Aw, man. Well, at least it's delayed. Hopefully it's just delayed. Had to put Yeah, I got to work until about 0400 my time, which would have been, what are you guys, 7 hours ahead of me, so 11 or 12 o'clock your time. I want to say right around 4 o'clock when I left, it was minus 20 with the wind and very light snow. Got home, had to shovel the driveway. A lot of fun. Good times. I'll post up some pictures I took last night driving around in it. Tony's probably just loving the cold. He loves cold. Get this out of the way so we can enjoy some views. And we are still chugging along about 0.78 Mach. Yeah, where are we? We're probably about 15 out from the top of our descent now. 18. Sorry, there you can see it a little better. 18 out. I'm going to check here. Windows picker. Well, that's fun. Let's see what it does if I go over and look at it. You guys are not showing up on my live chat. Let's see what we got here. So hopefully Windows Picker will work out. There you guys are. Again, we're coming up about 16 minutes away from the top of our descent. And Duncan, the tough part about it being so cold here is it's a very dry cold, so you don't necessarily feel it, but it zaps all moisture out. It's so cold. Let's go look at our flight plan, see if we have any of that on here. I wonder if I picked the incorrect arrival. Leave it. Thank you. Alright, let's go to our... Now we can do it in the flight plan. And I'll zoom in for us. Load procedure. Approach RNAV for Romeo, and we are on the, oh, that's the RNP. So let's go back to our flight. For Romeo. Alice. RNP Zulu. Let's go look at charts. Alice. Leave it. Rage? Okay. So we were looking at charts, approaches, runway 4 right, I mean, I guess that's correct. No. No. Sorry about all the jitters there, folks. Have a misbehaving dog. So I think we will just go ahead and fly what the aircraft has in it. What we will do, I'll go ahead and explain our descent here in just a minute. So we are about 12 minutes out. What I'll end up doing is I will dial in the altitude of 4,000 feet. And then I will hit altitude select, and then our speed here, and that will give us our indicated airspeed, and we will hold that 0.77 till we're below 18,000 feet, and then we should have indicated airspeed below the Mach numbers, and we will maintain 240 until we are set. What that'll do is, if we hold the speed, reduce the power, then we will hopefully get to about a 2,000 feet per minute vertical speed descent, at which point I can lock in vertical speed at 2,000 feet, and then use the throttles to maintain our 240 knots through our approach. So, saying that, we are 10 minutes out, plenty of time, and I will go back to our flight plan once we activate the approach. Let's go here. Load procedure. Approach. RNAV Zulu. Let's see if they have the RNPs. Nope, no RNP. Thank you. RNAV Zulu 4 right. We are 4 right, so I think we're okay. We'll just go with what we got, right? Well, let's look at the map, see if we can see our top of descent on the map. Alice. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that moose. Now let's go see what our flight plan looks like. That's a little better. Now let's see if that changed our top of descent. We're probably right on it right now. Yep. Kind of what I thought. Alright, let's go ahead and indicated airspeed. And there's my little detent kicking me in the butt again. We could try and hold about 4,000 feet a minute for a couple seconds. Now we can pull the power back. Make sure we don't overspeed the aircraft. And let's see. So it says we need to have 2,700 feet. We're doing all right. There we go. I guess we can pull the power way back. Oh, altitude select. Alright, on our descent, we'll look at the descent checklist. Windshield cabin controller, we can bring that back down. We are going to sea level. About 500 feet per minute, we're set there. Altimeter's not necessarily yet. Still have 3,000 feet to go. And vertical speed is back in the 2,000. So let's maintain this and hold right there, about 2,000. Now we can go back to our flight plan. We can activate our approach. Sorry, that way you can see it. Activate approach. There we go. Now we'll turn off. coming down through 18,000 feet. We'll set our barometric pressure. .3005. And coming through 18,000 feet. Let's go ahead and back this off till we get about 250 indicated. That's the hard part about this airplane, is getting it to slow down. You know, Duncan, I may have a second flight. Gonna have some supper here in a couple minutes, and then gotta watch this week's episode of Monarch, and then we'll see where I'm at. I'll probably try and fly. You want to try and do something, or what are you thinking? See the airport right over there. So if you look where my mouse is right now, you see that little spot. That is right here. And then right up here, right on that little tan area, that's the airport in Nice. So we'll get over there, get landed. We are set up pretty good here, I think. So we will continue along. We are below, or coming up to 10,000 feet, so we'll go ahead and put all our landing lights on. Air start, recognition light on. That should have come on just below 18,000 feet. Beyond that, we are okay. Now we just have to worry about getting her slowed down. Copy that. I will if I do, I'll stream a flight a little later on this afternoon or this evening for you. If you have any destinations in mind, let me know. Maybe I'll come up with something fun to do. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and bring it back down to 210. Right about there, so let's power back, see what we can do about that. Copy that. Throw it into the Facebook and I'll check it out. See what I mean? I got zero power going to this airplane, and it is still maintaining about 220 knots. But we should be all right. We have our waypoints coming up here. We should start to level out. Rapot is our final approach fix. So we can arm our thrust reversers. Oh, that's probably in the next. Approach and final. Circuit breaker's good. Hydraulic emergency air pressures are checked. Landing data is set. Fuel is balanced. And we do have balanced fuel flow. Position lights are good. Bleed valve set. Spoilers are retracted. Flaps, nothing just yet. Landing gear down. Landing taxi lights as required. Anti-skid is set. Engine sync set. Or off. I don't think it's modeled, but yep. Thrust reversers are armed, flaps, hydraulic pressure, ignition on, autopilot disengage, yaw damper. Oh, I never did turn on the yaw damper. Wow. It's so hard having that down here with nothing up here saying, hey, check your yaw damper. Alright, so we are 1,000 feet above our final approach fix altitude. Once we start to level out, we'll add some power. And we can go ahead and do that now. $4,000 feet inbound to Rapid. Bringing our airspeed down to about 210 knots. Let's actually bring it back to 200. Make it 190. And our airport elevation is 12 feet, so we can bring our altimeter back down a little bit. So 290 plus 12, so 312. And we should start our hard right turn here. Once we do that, we will go ahead and we can go ahead and add 8 degrees of flaps now. We're below 200. Getting ready to start a sharp right turn. Oh, and our runway, we are on runway 4 right. And runway heading 043. We are now inbound to Rapid, so we will go glide slope, arm. Got the indicators here and here. We just have to get back on profile. Currently holding about, let's see, 180. I see the runway there in front of us. So we're just a little left of course. So we'll correct back to the right. Quite aggressive little turn there, but it would have been a little more subtle had we had air traffic control. All right, and let's see, glide slope coming up, armed. Once we capture that, we can drop our gear, increase our flaps. Captured. Gear coming down, flaps to 20. Slowing the aircraft down. Aircraft seems to be tracking the glide slope okay. About 10 miles out. Keep the hustle up. We can go ahead and get rid of this. So runway 4 right on the right hand side of the airport. We'll try and catch that. First high speed shouldn't be an issue with this little bitty fella. And we're going to go up to, and then we'll go up this way. See if we can find a place to park there on the north end. We'll end up crossing runway 4 left there at Foxtrot 1, make the right hand turn on uniform, and then we'll go up and park up there. So, continuing down, we are on the glide slope, currently 8 miles out. Runway is in sight. Coming up on 5 miles, we'll go ahead and reduce power. Coming in over Nice right there. Alright, slowly start reducing power. Looking for a final approach speed, we'll call it 122 or so. Flaps full, gear down, lights are on, beaconing, starters on, and we are reducing speed. Minimums continue. Oh no, that's not minimums. We're at 1,300 feet. Dirt. And once we get this little flight simulator induced oscillation in, we'll disconnect the autopilot and we'll hand flyer down. Looks like we have a bit of a crosswind from the right. I have the aircraft. Autopilot has been disconnected. Hopefully no more little oscillations left and right besides mine. Holding about 120, staying on glide slope. Staying on glide slope, we're doing all right. Heck of a wind here. Plenty of runway. And here we go. Thrust reversers. Wrong button. And spoilers. There we go. And there we go. We got the thrust reversers out. Welcome to Nice, folks. Actually, we'll go over and park next to the terminal there. So we can go ahead and bring our flaps all the way up. Taxi lights on. We are braking okay. Bring these off. Duncan, I appreciate you giving me a flight plan. We're crossing 4 left now, heading over to the terminal. I'll check it out and I'll come up with a little flight plan and I'll post up here in a little bit. Let's go out and take a look, make sure we didn't damage the airplane. Doesn't sound right now. Really? Alright. So, let's see what we got. Aircraft looks okay. Tires look intact. Back into the aircraft. We'll go over here and let's just go park right next to that old control tower. Or two. Is that the way it's supposed to be? Maybe. I don't know. So with that, we have landed in Nice. We're going to go up here, hit the park brake, and we can go ahead and turn off our taxi lights as well. That's what it was. Looks like I might have to remove the old Asobo airport from this, but we'll pull up here, set the old park brake, hop out, run into the old building there. I think let's park on the 737 line. Alright, there we go. We have landed in Nice, folks. Thanks for joining me. We have let's see. There we go. Alright, we can go ahead and disarm the thrust reversers. Let's get the aircraft shut down. That one's set. There, you're up. Trim is good. We can go ahead and turn off engine number 1, engine number 2, and we are set. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for joining me on this flight to Nice. I'll do another flight here in a little while. I think we'll do it in the 7-3. Let me open the doors, get some people out. I think we are set right there. Go out, take a look. Everybody's climbed off the aircraft. They're heading into the terminal there, go through customs, and I'll have to uninstall the Asobo default Nice airport. So, appreciate you being here. If you like this type of stuff, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe notification bell so you know when I hop in the flight deck. I want to thank you for joining me today. Have a great rest of your night, and we'll talk to you in a little bit. Thank you, everyone.